It's been a good start for Nigerian clubs in their bid to win honors for this country in CAF organized competitions. And the reason is simple. Just a few minutes ago, Rangers pulled off a 1-1 draw in Algeria. All right, so in case you don't know about it, maybe we'll try to get you to see the results on slide if it is possible. But the good news is that Rangers, yeah, that's it on your screen. JS Saoura of Algeria have been forced to a 1-1 draw by the champions of Nigeria, Rangers International of Enugu. So 1-1 it ended. The return leg comes up in a fortnight. We can't afford to...
Fortnight and...
I beg your pardon, in a week's time. This time next week, we should be previewing the return leg.
Yeah.
All right, so that means we have to keep our focus, keep the concentration level very high, so that Rangers will complete the job when they come to Enugu in a week's time.
Very key, because looking at that game, maybe you would say, argue that maybe the weather kind of affected Rangers a bit. But they have
freezing weather conditions.
They have it all to do. It's advantage, no doubt, advantage Rangers. They have it all to do in a week time. And if it had been goalless, it would have been perhaps balanced because anything can happen at that point. But 1-1 means Rangers had clearly the advantage, and so going into the second leg. But that second leg, Rangers will know of the struggles at home. Perhaps this would have been able to, get that monkey off their back and put up a good show next Sunday in Enugu.
Guys, tomorrow there will be a fixture in the CAF Champions League. Let's just quickly take a look at that. Today, Rangers have done the business. Tomorrow, second representative of the CAF Champions League are away to Mali. So let's see. They are up against AS Real Bamako. And that game will be taking place tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow.
AS Real Bamako. Bamako. I've been to that city twice now. Once with I think Barca United when they played Stade Malien.
Yeah.
It's one city that they love their football. Be sure that stadium is going to be packed full. And so for Rivers United, I guess all of the preparations that they've had. Going to Spain, very good pre-season. They were unbeaten up until last weekend when Shooting Stars breached their defense. And so all of the preparations and all of the planning and all of the things, the good vibes that we're getting from Rivers United, these kind of games are the games where you show that you can actually hold your own on the continent. Stanley Eguma, as a coach, everybody knows his pedigree. He's playing in this league. He's one of, when it comes to the thorough breed, taking care of when it comes to this job. So this is an opportunity for Rivers United. I guess when they hear the results of Rangers, it will kind of embolden them. If Rangers can do, why not Rivers United? And so they have their work cut out in this game in Bamako. If they expect that the stadium is not going to full, it could be defeating themselves. That stadium is going to be packed full, and Malians, they love their football.
Let's step down from the CAF Champions League and talk about the CAF Confederations Cup. We have two representatives in that one. Let's talk about the team that will be playing at home. The only Nigerian team that will be playing at home this weekend, FC Fanyoba. They play on Sunday against El Masri of Egypt. It's not going to be an easy game. And then you have the RS LAF of Sierra Leone will be hosting Wikki Tourists of Bauchi on Sunday. These are the two games in the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's talk about Fanyoba, Joseph. It's not going to be an easy game. This is the first time they'll be playing on the continent. There could be a little bit of nerves, maybe naivety, inexperience, playing at this level against very experienced Al Masry of Egypt side, who know how to do just enough to pick results on the road.
Exactly. It's quite an interesting fixture, I must say. If Fanyoba has not been off, they've been okay in the league. They won their league match at the weekend against Rangers. But Al Masry is a position that is not really a good introduction. Let me put it that way. I would have preferred a team in
something easier.
In Chad, a team from Chad or Niger. Al Masry is a highly experienced side. They know how to to perform at this level. Definitely, it's going to be a challenging outing for Fanyoba.
But Alfred, the rule is simple when you are playing on the continent. Avoid
conceding at home.
Avoid conceding at home.
That's clearly
1-0 is better than 2-1. It's better for you to keep a clean sheet at home, even if you have a slim.
I want one is better than goalless.
It's better than, so it's avoid considering at all. But they have the quality. When you look at the likes of Wikki Tourists, who is a Super Eagles goalkeeper, Stephen Eze, and the quality of players that they have and the recruitment they've done, you feel Ifeanyi should get the job done. But they need to learn that when you are playing on the continent is far different from what you do in the league. Here, take your chances as they come and try to keep a clean sheet.
I think if I were to say that is one thing that I really need to convince Nigerians of their pedigree, because
all the investment that the club has put into it.
Each time they play a game, all of the stories sometimes that comes out of the camp of FC Ifeanyi is something that, hey, maybe we could just do better. Why not just play so that we know that, okay, when you're playing, this is a team that can hold its own. They are the Federations Cup champions. They won they beating National United in the final. So I think it's one thing that Nigerians expect, that for the investment that have been put into this project, we have to see them perform on the field of play. It's key that they perform. And what with the managerial changes and all of that, the stop, go, we need to see a bit of stability in the team for it to evolve. Every year you bring in new players, players go out, players come in, and all of that. I don't think it's
the club itself is barely 2 years old. But then this time they are playing at the big stage. They must begin to make it count.
Definitely. You know, one thing Ifeanyi has been able to do is that in the local league they've been able to show that they can hold their own. They are very, very ambitious. They don't even mind winning the league. Even from the first time they appeared, it was obvious that they want to go for the crunch.
Something big.
They want something big. They are very, very ambitious. So this provides a platform, an opportunity for them to show, you know, Africa that they are indeed for real and they are not just, you know, a one-off club side. Okay,
let's talk about Wikki Tourists of Bauchi. As we speak, Wikki Tourists are in Lagos. They are traveling tomorrow. They play on Sunday in Sierra Leone. But then they are also pretty experienced. We've got these pictures, courtesy of the media officer of the club. In Lagos today, they had time to go for workout before they leave tomorrow. They are also optimistic against a team from Sierra Leone. This is not where we expect that they will stumble. We expect them to go on the road, maybe do better than what Rangers have been able to do today.
At least go beyond the first round of Africa. For them, this is one competition that they've not taken part in before, as in playing continental matches, especially taking teams to Bauchi. So for most of the players, this will be a whole new experience. The question is, do they have the men with experience behind
them? They played the CAF Confederations Cup before.
Yes,
a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. I'm saying for now, do they have the men who really know how to navigate on the
their coach, Abaganaru, is pretty experienced. And he was able to bring in a few.
The coach cannot do it alone. You need structures.
It was the national one last year where he played the same competition.
Ask people who are the likes of Enyimba, you need people who have passed this route before, because it's a different kettle of fish playing in the continent and playing in the league. So for them, I think this will just be a whole new experience for the players. Hey, it's a team from Sierra Leone. No matter what you say about it, this is Nigeria, and you deserve to be in that competition. So I expect them to do very well. If there's one of the two teams in the Confederations Cup, one I expect to really get the result this weekend, I think it's Wikki Tourists.
All right, so that's the expectation from Alfred. He believes this Wikki Tourists should at least be able to get the result. But we expect you to talk to us and tell us what you think these clubs can do to make sure that the weekend is a good one, a pleasant one, not just for their fans, but for Nigeria as a whole. They are representing Nigeria now. It's Ifeanyi of Nigeria, Rangers of Nigeria, Wikki Tourists of Nigeria, and Rivers United. There's Rivers, but they are Rivers United of Nigeria because they are flying the flag of Nigeria on the continent. Let me read a few comments on Twitter. Olusegun Mokwolu from Ilorin says, good start for Rangers. It's high time a Nigerian team participated in the FIFA Club World Cup. That's a long way off. Very long way off. And I don't even want us to begin to think about that right now. Rangers have to think about next week. Next week. And when they win next week, they look at the next team to play. Maybe Zamalek of Egypt looks like the next team. But they need to do the business next week. So forget about thinking about the FIFA Club World Cup. It's still a long way. But they can dream about it.
It's not convenient now.
But you can begin to.
It's the most important game is the next game.
The next game. That's the lesson. That's the lesson. Ikechukwu Lemeforo says, congratulations to Rangers. is sending in his message from Ijede in Ikorodu. Promise team has a note of one in here. It says, great result for Rangers. The second leg is key, very key. It says they should learn from the predicament of Aqua United against the Vita Club in Uyo last season. You know the story already. Aqua beat Vita Club 1-0 in Congo and lost 1-0 at home and lost on penalties. So we don't want to repeat a repeat of that. Ajibade Boyega says, good start for Rangers, but they should not allow that to get into their heads because we all know what Algerians can do, all right? I think they should learn a lesson from that. Abdurrahim Allah says Rangers shouldn't get complacent. If they can draw away from home, they can also lose at home. It's not here Uhuru. They lost their first game this season at home to Abia Warriors. So it's some lesson for Rangers that it is not over yet. They have everything to fight for. Israel Akinlawo says this is a fantastic result by all standards, especially playing against North Africans. They need to finish up the job in Enugu. Good one. That's what it says, Israel Akinlawo. Ibrahim Zana, our good friend, says, I see Wikki surmounting the Sierra Leoneans. But he says the loss of Godwin Obaje will affect their scoring progress. Godwin Obaje was the top scorer last season in the league, playing for Wikki, but he's going to be doing the business now for FC Ifeanyi Ubah.
The new millionaires.
The new billionaires.
Billionaires.
Yeah, billionaires. All right. So I think that's okay. Maybe I read a few more comments on Twitter. Kalamazo Gag says, why is Greg Etafia never mentioned when Eagles' goalkeeping problem comes up? It was good and was great in the Olympics for Nigeria. Which Olympics? 2000. 2000.
Sydney 2000.
70 years ago. In fact, the news is that Greg Etafia has retired from active football. He has retired. He's a coach now with Morocco Swallows. All right.
Maybe he's been frozen in time.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Greg, 70 years ago, he has retired. He's now a coach in South Africa. But if you talk about maybe bringing him back, because he's such a good goalkeeper, to train younger goalkeepers.
All of the knowledge that he has to pass it on.
That would be more like it. That would be more like it.